G20 शिखर सम्मेलन में जोगदेवे अमेरिका राष्ट्रपति जो बाइडेन आसंता खाली से भारत आसिबे बोली व्हाइट हाउस पक्षरु स्पष्ट करा जायछि। बाइडेन कर पत्नी जिल बाइडेन कोविड पॉजिटिव चिन्हट होइथिले। एथि जोगु बाइडेन को गस्त नै अनिश्चितता देखा दैथिला, किंतु दुई थर कोविड टेस्ट कराजिबा परे तांकर रिपोर्ट नेगेटिव आसीथिला। भारत गस्त समय बाइडेन G20 सम्मेलन में जोगदेवा सहित प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी सहित द्विपाक्षिक आलोचना करेंगे। शुक्रवार हेबाकुथिबा द्विपाक्षिक बैठक में विभिन्न गुरुत्वपूर्ण प्रसंग में आलोचना हेबो। अन्यपक्षे चीन राष्ट्रपति सी जिनपिंग और रूसिया राष्ट्रपति व्लादिमीर पुतिन बैठक में जोग देउनाहंती।
On Thursday, the President will travel to New Delhi, India to attend the G20 Leaders Summit. On Friday, President Biden will participate in a bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Modi of the Republic of India. And on Saturday and Sunday, the President will participate in the official sessions of the G20 Summit. As the President heads to the G20, he's committed to working with the
G20 शिखर सम्मेलन में वैदेशिक व्यापार मंत्री एस जयशंकर वर्तमान प्रतिक्रिया रखुछन्ति।
Development goals achievement. All 20 countries agreed that we should have high principles for environmentally friendly lifestyle. So now, if these have been already approved, either they get attached or some part of it in some summary form comes into the document. So everyone, the labor, the education, the finance is a very, very important track.
Correct.
That's a very crucial track, because in a way that's where the whole thing began, the G20 exercise began. So every track feeds in outcomes. These are, some of them have multiple meetings like finance, some of them have a single meeting. So these outcomes are melded together and they produce a composite document. In addition, there are things which may be discussed among the Sherpas, or the leaders may also discuss some things among themselves.
These meetings have been going on since the beginning of this year.
Right.
But is there a consensus building, and what will India see as the host? What will India see as a win-win situation?
Well, I don't think it's just a matter of India seeing something. Today, the expectations of the world are very high in terms of what the G20 is able to produce, and produce in terms of meeting the challenges of the world. So if you were to go to Africa, you go to Latin America, go to parts of Asia, go to the Caribbean, go to the Pacific, everybody is today saying, okay, I have a certain set of issues. I have a debt problem, I have a trade problem, I have a health access problem, I have a green development resourcing problem. So what will the G20 do for me? So the world is waiting. So the world is waiting, or today I see it more for India as a responsibility, that we have the responsibility today in a very difficult world. It is difficult in terms of the COVID impact, difficult in terms of the conflict impact, in terms of the climate impact, in terms of debt. That's one part of it. But it's also difficult politically. There is a very sharp north-south divide. There's an even sharper east-west polarization. So how do you bring people together? How do you find common ground? How do you make everybody understand that we all have a bigger responsibility? And therefore, please, can we kind of get our act together here and do what is right by the world?
As a former diplomat and now as an external affairs minister, I guess that's right up your alley to find common ground.
Well, everybody has worked and is working on it. There's every minister, we have about 15 ministerial tracks. Every minister has put in the best. The Sherpa and his team have worked and are working very hard. So it's a collective effort. Sure.
Right. You've just come back from BRICS. Yeah. You're heading for the ASEAN Summit, East Asia
this
Summit.
Evening.
Yeah. So that's the East Asia Summit, and then is the G20. It's a packed schedule. You spoke about Global South. You spoke about the divide between the East and West, between the North and South, and trying to find common ground. Do these countries see India as a voice? You said represent the Global South. Do these countries who are participating in these fora, do they see India as a credible voice within the fora?
The Global South countries? Yes. I would certainly hope so, for this reason. There have been G20 summits before. no other G20 presidency made an effort
तेज खबर सरबराह संस्था ANI को वैदेशिक मंत्री एस जयशंकर एक साक्षात्कार देउछन्ति एवं G20 शिखर सम्मेलन बाबद रे अनेक कथा से रखुछन्ति को प्रसंग रे G20 शिखर सम्मेलन रे थोड़ा आलोचना हेबो भारत तरफ को एजेंडा स्थिर करा जायछि एवं को प्रसंग को खास करी भारत तरफ अधिक गुरुत्व दिया ए बाबद रे प्रतिक्रिया रखुछन्ति।